All right, so let's get into this mock draft. We got 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes till draft time, to be exact. Top 10, let's run through them. We got Jonathan Taylor, number 1 rank. Obviously, that's what everybody thinks, the chalk number 1. He's projected a shit ton more than everyone else. But if I had the number 1 pick, which I do in some leagues, I am not going J-Tay just because, I think he's a safe pick. Guaranteed. He's probably top 3, no doubt, but definitely top 5. I don't see him how he cannot finish in the top 5. And when I take a number 1 pick, I want a guy that, has capabilities of being clear-cut number 1 dude. Now, if everyone gets hurt, obviously Jonathan Taylor probably is that guy, but I'm not going into a draft thinking a guy's going to get hurt, I get if you don't want to draft who I'm going with, Christian McCaffrey. I think he's the best player available in fantasy football. You don't have to believe it. I do. So Christian McCaffrey is who I would go number 1 because I want that upside. Dude's got raw ability. We're doing this fantasy football draft, number 4 pick, and an expert ESPN 12-teamer. PPR, 4th pick. I'm hoping Christian McCaffrey can fall to me. He's sitting at the 4th best prospect. We got Cooper Kupp at 3, Derrick Henry at 2. But just to finish up on that point, Christian McCaffrey, I think, is a league winner. Even if he plays 12, 13 games only, I think he's a league winner. And that's what I'm going to do with the number 1 pick. And I'm sitting here with the 4th pick in the PPR draft, hoping he falls. But if not, I'm looking at Justin Jefferson at 5. I think him or Jamar Chase, I think, are the number 1 dude this year. There's so many guys that could do it, though. Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs in the second round, Debo. Going to be interesting to see if Tyreek falls to me second round, see what I do there. Rocking the Arizona Cardinals. Everybody knows. I got dedication period on too, though. But everybody knows I'm a Chiefs fan. But, I got to rock my Cardinals. I'm a football fan in general, you know what I mean? I love the Cardinals. I don't know why, I just do. But Chiefs are absolutely my number 1. Going to rock with them all day, especially week 1 when they play the Cardinals. But, I got Aaron Rodgers jerseys. I'm a football fan. Don't hate on it. But as you can see it, there's the number 1 pick. Draft just started. We're going to try and run through this shit. Oh, my God. Christian McCaffrey is gone. Frank B takes him with the 2nd pick. Jonathan Taylor goes 1, which he probably does in everybody's draft. Here we go. 3rd pick. So I'm sitting here. Now we got, who was it? Who did they just take? Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase goes 3rd. So now I'm sitting here. We got Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson. This is a PPR draft. If we're sitting here looking at, a standard league, I would definitely consider Derrick Henry. But the PPR aspect, I'm going to draft my boy Justin Jefferson with the 4th overall pick. That's what I'm talking about. Mailman, shout out to the mailman, just dropped off the mail. But no, so definitely happy with Justin Jefferson in that 1st round. Wouldn't be hating on anyone for taking anyone else, except Eckler there. People hate on Christian McCaffrey for being injury prone. I've had Eckler in the past, and he's been a little bit injury prone. So, just don't go into your draft thinking a dude's going to get hurt. You're just going to speak it into existence. So, 7th pick here. If I had the 7th pick and these guys are off the board, I would be looking at. It's just really, it's really interesting to see Dalvin Cook as the 9th prospect on this board. Najee Harris above him. I just don't know if I can agree with that. Last pick, we had Cooper Kupp finally coming off the board. Then Najee goes. Now Dalvin Cook sitting there for the 9th pick. I think you had to take him. Would you rather have Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Debo Samuel, or Stephon Diggs in fantasy football? So what's going on with Alvin Kamara? Let's see what's going on with Alvin Kamara. Entering his 6th season, top 10 fantasy campaigns every year. Is he going to get suspended, though? I don't think he's going to get suspended. I think you got to take Alvin Kamara real early, too. But, yeah, so let's look here. So rounding out the 1st round, if I had a late pick, a lot of people like the late picks, 11, 12. Alvin Kamara at the 11th pick, and then grab the best available receiver. That is not a bad choice. There you go, Devontae Adams at 12. What's he going to do next? This team 12 pick, this will be real interesting to do or to see. I just don't know if I did really well in a draft last year. But the 11th pick, I got Austin Eckler and Tyreek Hill as my 1-2 punch there. Did good till Eckler went down with injury. Tyreek was kind of up and down, which I think he definitely will be again this year, but I think he will get a lot of touches. So the last couple picks, kind of been talking over them. So the team with the 12th pick goes Davante Adams, Javonte Williams. I just am not happy. I wouldn't be happy with Javonte at 13. I mean, he probably going to have a great year, but just the Melvin Gordon aspect kind of just trips me out a little bit. Stephon Diggs goes to that 11th pick. So Stephon Diggs, Alvin Kamara, I mean, that's a pretty damn good 1-2 punch. Leonard Fournette's going to be teamed up with Everett. Who's he got? I'm just going to look at all these teams. Joe Mixon and Leonard Fournette. He went back 2 running backs. That's not a bad 2. I just want to stay away from Mixon. He's kind of had a good year last year, but I just don't think he's top end. But, I mean, having 2 as your number 2 running back, I mean, you think he's definitely top end. I just don't RB1. I wouldn't just go like Joe Mixon then a receiver. So good strategy probably there with Leonard. Deebo Samuel goes to this Dwyer dude with Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, Deebo, great little 1-2 there. Tyreek Hill just goes with Daniel Rolson. Who's he matching him up with? Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill. Nice little receiver combo right there. CD with the Kai, CD and Najee. So now Cam Akers and Chris's first 2 picks. I don't know any of these dudes, by the way. Derrick Henry and Cam Akers. He went back and back. And Travis Kelce, there's a pick right there that I would have loved to have had right there. So Travis Kelce is going to get teamed up with Austin Eckler. Now Justin Jefferson was my last pick. See, this is really shitty. I got 30 seconds in this mock draft to pick, and I'm trying to do a podcast with it too. Travis Kelce off the board. I got a running back situation I need to take care of. Let's go with Nick Chubb, but I really, really, really wanted to do DeAndre Swift right there. This is PPR. DeAndre Swift would have made a lot of sense. I think he goes bananas this year. But Nick Chubb, I mean, they're going to have to lean on that Nick Chubb running game. I just kind of panic picked there, and I think Nick Chubb's the better back over DeAndre Swift, but by the end of the season, I don't know if we say that. DeAndre Swift is going to be really good. Who's the last couple picks? Saquon comes right off. There's a guy right there. Saquon, I think, ooh, look at those backs right there. You can't go wrong. Nick Chubb, DeAndre Swift, Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon's bound for a better year. Then we had Mark Andrews come off, T. Higgins, Aaron Jones, James Conner. I'm rocking the Cardinals. Didn't get to take him. So right here we can do a lot of different things. Right here in this spot, the smart pick, I think you got to go with another running back just because it's going to start getting scarce. But James Conner would have been the guy I wanted. Oh, no. J.K. Dobbins, too early for him. Zeke, though. Should I go Zeke, though? Zeke, though. Oh, I don't know about that pick. Might be looking back at the end of this. Mike Evans sitting at the top. I should have just took him. But the thing is, when you look at this draft right here, we got Mike Evans, DJ Moore, A.J. Brown, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Cortland Sutton, Deontay Johnson, Marquise Brown. I mean, bro, so many good receivers. And I'm coming up here in – I thought I had a little bit sooner pick, actually. So maybe it would have been a smarter move to go receiver, top-end talent, just being that. But, I mean, dude, if I got to wait, especially like 10 more picks, I'm still not seeing myself. So it might be 12 picks or some shit, maybe more. I mean, just look at that. Do you want to end up with Josh Jacobs as your second-best running back? J.K. Dobbins, I love him, but I would love to be in a situation where J.K. is my third running back. Probably in this draft. Obviously, he's not coming. I could maybe take him with this next pick, but I need to go receiver here. I'm loving every single one of these dudes right here, especially as my number 2. Keenan Allen would be absolutely ideal, but I don't expect that to happen, especially with some auto picks. We might be in a situation here where we go J.K. Dobbins, grab that third running back, kind of solidify running back, then maybe try and do some Kareem Hunt, See, with this setup I got here, Nick Chubb, Ezekiel Elliott, you would love to team up with Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard. I think that would be dynamic. I think that's the most important thing. Where's Kareem Hunt sitting right now? Down the board, I just seen my boy Patrick Mahomes, though. I think this is where you're getting that Mahomes territory. All my home leagues are here in Sedalia, Missouri. We're all Kansas City Chiefs fans. Mahomes is going first, second round a lot. So I'm going to try and do it smart here, but I'm willing this year to take Mahomes earlier than usual because Mahomes is bound for MVP success this season. I'm telling you right now. I don't think I'm going to get anything I wanted. I might have played that a little bit wrong. But see, look at that. Travis Etienne. I'm still going to take Zeke over a lot of these dudes, man. I think Zeke is the last of the good running backs, like running back two, confident running back twos. Like, there's going to be guys that are going to have good weeks, don't get me wrong, but, I want to see it first. So the next couple plays, I got 2 picks coming up real quick here. Got 1 wideout, 2 running backs. I think I'm going to chill out on running back till I see Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard's names popping up. Josh Allen sitting here. Patrick Mahomes, I'm telling you, MVP year. This is the guy to take. I'm taking him early in my home leagues only, and I'm going to just deal with the repercussion. Might not be the smart move, but it's just what we're going to do. I'm liking this team setup, though, a lot. I'm going to try and go. I think it's smart. Who goes? J.K. Dobbins just went. Breece Hall, obviously, right before that, and Marquise Brown. I'm on the clock. Josh Allen's the best available. DK Metcalf sitting there. Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, Amon-Ra, St. Brown. But I really do think – where's tight ends at? Darren Waller. I'm going to make a point with Josh Allen being on the top of the board. I'm taking my boy Patrick Mahomes. Might not have been the smartest move. Probably should have waited till this next round. But really, I'm not excited about Waddle just because Tyreek's there. I think Waddle's going to be a beast. But I don't know. I don't think he's like, look, Brandon Cooks there. There might be a chance I can get Brandon Cooks. I think Brandon Cooks is going to probably have a better year than Jalen Waddle. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I like him a lot and just been watching Hard Knocks a lot. So I think I'm going to take Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is a PPR league. I think he gets a lot of targets, a lot of catches. So that's who I'm hoping Team Williams here doesn't take. I'll take Amon-Ra. Really, also, I mean, Darren Waller, George Kittle is really, really what I would like to do here. I'm just maybe going to hope that one of them fall. Who went? Brandon Cooks went. I'm telling you, Brandon Cooks is due for a good season. But I'm going to take confidently Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you didn't see the second episode of Hard Knocks, definitely check that out on HBO Max. His dad was an ex-Mr. Universe or whatever, winning bodybuilding competition. He's training him and his brother, who's a safety, I think, for the Vikings or something. Probably butchered that, but they were in there getting it, and it was just dope to see. That was cool. But I think Amon-Ra, as a rookie last year, really showed up, and I think there's a lot of hype that's warranted. I think he's the guy to take in that spot where I was at. Mooney, I'm just not sold. That sounds weird to say, but I like Jared Goff more than Justin Fields right now. I just don't know what I'm going to get with Fields. I think Jared Goff might not win you a lot of games, but I think he can put up some numbers and definitely help a receiver have a good season. So definitely thinking that let's check out the last couple picks. Kyler Murray, quarterbacks are coming off the board. Definitely started that with that Mahomes. Josh Allen went right after Mahomes. Allen Robinson's a dude. I didn't even think about Allen Robinson. I didn't see him at the top. Allen Robinson's a guy I would love to get. I think he's going to be having a great season. Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, run on quarterback has begun. I was looking for my tight ends, though. Are they gone? I think we're solid at tight end. So here I'm going to take confidently Darren Waller if he's there. Hopefully these autos don't end up taking him. I don't want George Kittle. Until George Kittle can play 16 games, I don't want George Kittle, and especially with the quarterback situation. Darren Waller, George Kittle gone. But just I don't trust Trey Lance yet. And shout out Trey Lance right here. Packed him, though. I'm going to make a little bit of change off him, a little money back. But I think this is the best quarterback in the class. Davis Mills got that optic hollow. Anyhow. So we're here sitting. George Kittle Devin Singletary, next running back. The new Cook brother, Dalvin Cook's brother. James Cook, is that what it is? I don't even know. We'll see his name later. I think seventh round we got to grab our tight end. Shout out my girl, Deja Vu. She's won 2 fantasy leagues with me in it. Back-to-back years she's won. And she completes her team by getting the best available guys at all the positions. And right here, you got a lot of good receivers, but there's a lot of good receivers. I think we got to go with my man, TJ Hawkinson. Right there. TJ Hawkinson, just because I did a mock draft last night, failed attempt at this podcast, and tight end started running off the board. See Dalton Schultz right there. I would take Hawkinson over Schultz. I like Hawkinson. I like what he's got going on. Dan Campbell, old tight end. He's going to want Hawkinson to do well. Hawkinson does well. Early bye week for my tight end. I like that. So now we're sitting here. I don't think Kareem Hunt falls all the way down. I think the smart pick here is to take Kareem. Juju Smith-Schuster, would love to have him. I'm just not so – I don't know what the receivers are going to do in Kansas City. I don't know if anyone really does. I think Rashad Bateman, Allen Lazard, Hunter Renfrow, all great picks. Elijah Moore, breaks my heart I can't take him. But we got to go get Kareem Hunt just because – and Tony Pollard right below. Probably messed up there. Probably should have had Tony Pollard. He would have been the better handcuff to have. But at least I know I got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. I mean, you can start those guys a lot of the same weeks. They're both going to get touchdowns. But really, really hoping that Tony Pollard will fall to me. Then I'll look a lot smarter for this podcast, for this YouTube video. And I definitely want some more Chiefs. Just don't know how it's going to all come down. Tony Pollard sitting there. I think Allen Lazard's going to have a great year. Drake London, I think he's going to be pretty good. Brandon Ayuk, same. Cordero Patterson. If Pollard's gone, I'm just going to, out of spite, take Cordero Patterson just so I know I have 4 really good running backs. Cordero can touch the ball in so many different ways. Damian Pierce just went. Ramondre Stevenson, Tony Pollard gone. So in a situation like this, especially if I have this team build up, I'm going to definitely do all I can to try and trade for Tony Pollard. But Tony Pollard, even if you don't have Zeke, is an option to just maybe start in that flex sometimes because dude is – and I think they realize that dude is it now. And so looking at my team, I like the setup. Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Ezekiel Elliott, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson, Kareem Hunt. Receiver definitely looking a little light. So we look here, a lot of different guys. Should I take the best available receiver, Brandon Ayuk? I don't know. So I think Cordero Patterson is the move. I'm excited to see what Marcus Mariota does, man. I'm taking Cordero Patterson in that spot. Definitely need to get some receiving help for my dudes now, just because I don't want to. Justin Jefferson, obviously, I'm never going to remove him from that spot except for that bye week. But I need maybe some shuffle around because sometimes I might throw Amon-Ra St. Brown in the flex. Sometimes I might, a lot of different things can happen. So here coming up, I don't want Tyler Lockett just because I don't know what we're going to see with that offense. Garrett Wilson, I just don't know enough about him yet, not to be my third receiver. Chase Claypool. Don't really know either. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is not the guy I think I would want, though, in Kansas City either. Chase Edmonds, James Robinson, James Cook, all good picks. Zach Ertz, a good tight end pick if you didn't take him earlier. Chris Olave's interesting. Russell Gage, super interesting. I think you got to do the right thing here and take Chase Claypool. So now squad's looking a little bit better here. Now we got Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now we got Chase Claypool. I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed in Pittsburgh, and I don't know if they got the right spoon. You know what I mean? Meaning the quarterback, the spoon feeder. It ain't spoon feeding. It ain't easy. It's going to be maybe rocket science at first. So I'm a little nervous about that pick, but I just think he was so much better option than all these other guys. I mean, Valdes-Scantling, I was liking the idea of that, but like I said, I don't know if he's the guy to have. I don't think I could ever start Valdes-Scantling and be like, all right, he's going to do it this week. It's just going to be so hit and miss, I feel like. 3 catches, 35 yards one week, 7 catches, 105 yards and a tutty the next, and then maybe 2 catches for 30 yards the next. You know what I mean? So, and that's kind of the same. I feel Juju, I think, gets a lot of catches, but I don't know if he's going to be the guy that gets a lot of touchdowns. Same with Valdez. I think Tyreek. I think the running backs will catch a lot of balls, and the tight ends will catch a lot of balls for touchdowns, because I think Mahomes is going to approach 50 this year. I think he's going to make a point to approach 50 this year. But I think Fortson, Kelsey, Blake Bell, there's another dude, Noah Gray, they might combine for 20 touchdowns combined. So here we go. Next pick, Skye Moore sitting there. I think I'll do it just to get me another Chief. I talked about him on the podcast already. I think Skye Moore is a sleeper. I don't think he's going to do that much noise early in the year, but I think by midseason he could really do something. And none of the other receivers are like just doing it for me. So let's take Skye Moore. I think Russell Gage would actually be the best pick, but Skye Moore, Kansas City Chiefs. I ain't mad about it at all. So here's the next pick coming up. So here's the thing. Do you get the backup tight end here, or do you solidify? We got 4 really pretty good running backs. 2 are on the same team. Marlon Mack could be a guy that does well, but they're going to have a running back by committee there, so I don't really want to deal with that. Michael Carter looks like Breece Hall is going to be the dude. I think Freiermuth is a really good pick here, just because I got a lot of his rookie cards. Did I get one in this deck? I don't think so. But Freiermuth, good pick, good backup tight end. I like having 2 tight ends, especially when you don't have like Hawkinson. I think is the top of tier 2, right at the top of tier 2. But if you don't have a tier 1 guy, get 2 tight ends in your draft. But obviously, when you have your bye week, you're going to need to pick a tight end. But there's going to be weeks where you don't want to play Hawkinson when they're playing the number 1 defense or all those kind of things. And he has had some injuries in the past, so just have a little bit of insurance. That's why you have insurance at running back. That's why you're able to take guys like Christian McCaffrey and Austin Eckler or other things with confidence, because if you draft him well enough, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Round 12, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. I'm telling you, every pick is important. With Patrick Mahomes at my quarterback, I am not worried about keeping a second one. If Patrick Mahomes goes down, not only is my fantasy football team going to be screwed, in a sense, I think I can still recover, but my feelings and my actual football watching emotions will be tarnished for the entire season, and we're not wishing nothing like that. We're not even going to talk about that anymore. Patrick Mahomes is having an MVP season, I'm telling you right now. But I'd rather have 2 tight ends all damn day than 2 quarterbacks, and I don't think you need 2 quarterbacks unless you're got fringe guys. If you got tier 1 quarterbacks, you don't need to. Even if you have tier 2 quarterbacks, I don't think you need to. We can get in those tiers next time. So here we go, 20 picks. Defense are starting to come off. Going with the deja vu method here. I'm going to get me a defense, complete this team real nice. Buccaneers. I think Buccaneers are probably going to go to the Super Bowl and play the Chiefs. Chiefs are going to get revenge. No glory for Tom. I about to say Tom Cruise. Tom Brady ain't going to do it. Sorry about it. So now I got my defense. Now, I'm going to go kicker, I think, right now, too, just because. Let's look at it. That's going to be Josh Palmer. I think could actually have a pretty sneaky year. I kind of like the idea of taking Josh Palmer, Chase Claypool, Skye Moore. My receivers aren't the greatest. I think I can get a pretty damn good kicker next pick. I'm going to go Josh Palmer for the upside pick. Josh Palmer, they're talking big about him in camp. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, been mainstays there in L.A., but I think Herbert's so damn good that other guys are going to ball out. He's shown that what Josh Palmer last year a little bit. Kenny Guyton or whatever his name is, I think. He had a bunch of big catches. Other guys had huge catches, but I think Josh Palmer is going to be a mainstay there. So we need to get our kicker now that everybody's trying to take him. But if my boy Young Ho Koo is on this list anywhere, he's probably already gone. He's probably one of the early. Always want to try and get Young Ho. I ain't calling him Young Wei because it's Young Ho. But now you start to look, when you're picking a kicker, you want to look at offenses. Who's putting up the most points? But also, I think more importantly than who's putting up the most points is who doesn't finish in the red zone. And I'm not going to go to freaking StatCast whatever and look it up. I'm just going to think about it. Who's quarterbacks I don't really trust to put it in the end zone, but they got good talent around them, so to speak, type things. Greg Joseph of Minnesota Vikings. That's the one I like, because if I'm not going to get that Justin Jefferson touchdown, I want that Minnesota Viking field goal. Jake Elliott, I'm not really fond of him. Los Angeles Chargers, Dustin Hopkins, that's a guy that you might think about too if all these other top dudes aren't there. But McManus is always good. They got a good quarterback. He's gone. Tyler Bass with Buffalo, that would be my pick right here. If he's gone, I'm going Matt Prater or Greg Joseph. Tyler Bass, Greg Joseph. Actually, I'm going to go with Greg Joseph just because of that thing I said. If I don't get the Jefferson touchdown, can I at least get the extra point? You know what I mean? So Greg Joseph, Minnesota, in the dome most of the time. That's a good pick all damn day, in my opinion. Now we got 2 bench spots left. We're going to go with a receiver, absolutely. So I got Josh Palmer, Skye Moore, Chase Claypool. Isaiah Spiller, they're high on in camp. I could go ahead and get my 5th running back right here, get another Charger, because, like I said, Austin Eckler, maybe a little insurance there. Kenneth Gainwell, Mecole Hardman. Ooh, Michael Gallup, who's out for a while. Ooh, Julio Jones. Oh, my God. Let me get another running back. Isaiah Spiller, so I'm going to go with 2 Chargers back-to-back, 2 young Chargers. Offense with a lot of potential. I'm a Chiefs fan through and through, but I'm not going to be scared to admit that. I always like to have some young talent on the team because those are guys that, we don't really know yet. So they could be fantasy, studs. And I know I said late picks in the draft are how you make your team. That's the concrete. But, dude, there's so many years that I've dropped 25, 30% of my roster before week 2 or 3. Grab guys on the waiver, so don't be too tied to a lot of these guys. Last pick, Jamison Williams sitting there. That would be a little interesting one. But I think Isaiah Pacheco, well, you got to do it here. So what I would probably end up doing is, because I was going to get a receiver, but we got 5. Upside pick, Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco, Kansas City Chief. Last pick is a Kansas City Chief. I got 3 Chiefs on there. How do you do? I don't want to actually look at my roster, though. It always, takes it away, don't it? Or no, we're good. So we're good. All right. So let's look at this team, and we're going to look at every little team before we get off here. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. You can listen to the audio podcast, but for this one, obviously, I'm pretty sure that YouTube's the way to go. So, it's going to be hard to recognize, but my squad with the 4th pick started out the draft with Justin Jefferson. I told you from the beginning I would have gone Christian McCaffrey. That's the only other running back I would have taken over Justin Jefferson right there. Cooper Kupp, I ain't mad at you if you take him over Justin Jefferson. But with the addition of Allen Robinson, Odell may come back. Everybody knows about Cooper Kupp. Cam Akers healthy for this year. I think Henderson's still healthy. You could ask D. Martin next podcast. He knows all about that. But, yeah, I think that's a good pick. And then Zeke. Or I went Nick Chubb next. Took him over DeAndre Swift and Saquon, some other guys. Confident in that pick just because I got that insurance with Kareem Hunt. I got both of them. What's up? What you want to do? Then I got Zeke. Didn't get Tony Pollard. Would definitely try to package some type of trade if I could for Tony. Or maybe even trade Zeke to the guy who has Tony for some other player. You know what I mean? I would be happy with Zeke, but I would also be happy getting a little package play there if it would work out. It just depends. And maybe we can find the team that took Pollard and see if we could make a deal. But Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got Chase Claypool, Skye Moore, Joshua Palmer at receiver. Pacheco, Spiller. We got Cordero Patterson, Kareem Hunt, Zeke, Chubb, loving it. Quarterback Pat Mahomes, tight end TJ Hawkinson. So, I mean, I always want to look at my team and think that I got at least 3 top players. Now, looking at my team, Patrick Mahomes, I think you definitely got that in quarterback. But big whoop, there's only 12 quarterbacks to play. We got lots of receivers here. Justin Jefferson, top 3. Definitely think that. absolutely top 5. I mean, but fantasy-wise, definitely I think he can make that push for the number 1. That's why I took him. Nick Chubb. Now, with the aspect of them being a damn good running team in the first place, them needing to lean on it, they got Kareem Hunt. I got Kareem Hunt on my team. I think having that aspect makes a push for a top 3. Probably not top 3, obviously. I mean, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, there's more. Telling you, Nick Chubb probably going to have a real damn good year, and especially when Deshaun Watson comes back. If I'm doing well by the end of the season, and I got Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson comes in, oh my God, Chubb's going to be running. Those holes are going to just fucking widen up even more. So definitely like that pick. So I think I got really good, talent there. I got the top of the second tier at tight end. Good depth. Cordell Patterson's on my bench. I could put him in any week. Chase Claypool, we'll see what happens there. Skye Moore, hope for the best. Freiermuth, look at that bench. It's mainly Chiefs, Chargers, and Steelers. 2 Chiefs, 2 Chargers, 2 Steelers, and a lonely Falcon, but he ain't no lonely Falcon. I mean, if he's going to do what he did again, last year, Cordell Patterson's going to find his way in my starting lineup a lot. Hoping the best for Zeke. That pick could have been, if you want to hate on that, that's cool. Amon-Ra as your second best receiver. Would like to see better, but I wanted to get Mahomes because I think Mahomes is the MVP. That's my team right there. Let's look at a couple of these. So Jonathan Taylor, this is the number 1 overall pick. He had Jonathan Taylor. He's got Stafford as his quarterback. Clyde's his number 2 back. Receivers, T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, DK. He's got Mark Andrews at tight end, 1 or 2. He's going to be in the top 3 tight ends, that's for sure. Not bad. So he's got definitely top 3 running back, definitely top 3 tight end. But receivers, T. Higgins, the receivers are great. He's got the depth and everything, but Michael Thomas on the bench, Tyler Boyd, not a bad team. I think mine tops it. That's just my opinion. Here's the team. Number 2 pick with Christian McCaffrey. This is one I'm interested with. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon. So really good running backs. Definitely going to meet that tier level in the running back. Aaron Rodgers. I think obviously Aaron Rodgers is first or second best quarterback in the league, but fantasy-wise, I'm not going to go all there with it. Receiving is good, but, definitely this dude's running backs are freaking top-notch. I'll take my team over his, though. Here we go. This is the team that got DeAndre Swift. So if I would have took DeAndre Swift, but here's the 3rd pick, Jamar Chase. There you go, top 3, DeAndre Swift. I think we can be talking about taking him real early next year, but I wouldn't put him in the top 3. Josh Allen, I would, though. Dallas Goedert's top of the tier 2, in my opinion. So good, damn good team, for real. DeAndre Swift, James Conner, Jamar Chase, Brandon Cooks, Amari. Definitely a really good team. Josh Allen. This team would be competing with me. I'm going to take my team, though. Austin Eckler. This is the 5th pick right after me. Austin Eckler, Lamar Jackson, Michael Pittman, Juju Smith-Schuster, Travis Kelce. So you got the tight end. You got a running back. I'll give you right on the edge, so that's a push. Lamar, with his running ability, is really good at quarterback. But I'm going to take the edge to me on this team again. Man, I'm just killing this draft. What do you say? Russell Wilson, Derrick Henry. So we got that running back. Mike Evans is damn good. I want to put him at the top of that tier. I would put my team over this one. Justin Herbert, Breece Hall, Devin Singletary, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill. Receivers are nasty with DJ Moore. Justin Herbert is the 3rd quarterback, so I'll give him that. Running back, we're not going to give it to him. Receiver, we definitely will with Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill. Team's going to compete, not against me. Dak Prescott, Najee Harris, Elijah Mitchell, C.D. Lamb, A.J. Brown, George Kittle. George Kittle's right on the fringe, but dude can't play 16 games. He ain't top 3 in my opinion. Dak Prescott can't do it. Najee Harris, we'll give it to him. C.D. Lamb, damn good, but I wouldn't put it at the top 3. So, dude's got 1. My team, better. Tom Brady could have an MVP type year right off in the sunset. Hope it doesn't happen. Sometimes the NFL seems scripted, so I could see it. Dalvin Cook, I'm going to give him a top 3 there. So that's 1. Debo, I guess you can, because you got Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin backing that up. Damn good. Darren Waller, I think, is the 3. So this dude is a team to watch, I would say. Tom Brady at the quarterback, I think he can overproduce, especially where he's being drafted. Doesn't have the running aspect, but a dude throws 50 touchdowns. What the fuck? Dalvin Cook, damn good. Miles Sanders, eesh. Deebo Samuel, Mike Williams, Terry McLaurin, damn. That's a three-headed monster if I've seen one. Darren Waller, one of the best tight ends in football. Elijah Moore, fourth receiver. Robert Woods, fifth. Like, he's got the James Cook, Dalvin Cook combo. This guy would be playing me in the national title or in the fantasy championship, I think. Team Dwyer Jordan, shout out. Kyler Murray here on this next team. Kyler Murray, Joe Mixon, Leonard Fournette, Devontae Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, who's going to be missing 6 games. Who's your receiver, bro? DJ Shark, I like that. I do like that. Not gonna give him the quarterback. They ain't got nothing else, so I'm gonna give him the quarterback, just because I think, no homer aspect or nothing. But I think Kyler Murray can absolutely, at least for half the season, be a top 3. So we'll give him, a half point, I guess. So you ain't competing with me. Jalen Hurts, Alvin Kamara, A.J. Dillon. If you get A.J. Dillon, please try and get Aaron Jones too, because I think that just would be nasty. With the running back, I love to get both. Receiver, not so much. Kamara, Dillon, like I said, Stephon Diggs, we'll give him a top 3 there. Kamara's right on the edge. This team would be good. Keenan Allen, Courtland Sutton, Stephon Diggs, that's damn good. Rashad Bateman, here's that team with Tony Pollard. So who could we trade with? Maybe we could get trade Zeke to him for – ooh, I don't like that. I would try to trade for Tony Pollard. Maybe we could get rid of Claypool. He's got a lot of good receivers, though. He wouldn't want a receiver. Ooh, this is tough. Might need to trade off Zeke for like an A.J. Dillon and a receiver. Maybe strengthen up my second. Maybe try and get Keenan Allen off him. Maybe send him Zeke for Keenan and Tony Pollard. I do that. Or I'm never mind. A.J. Dillon, if he would do that. So he would get Zeke to match up with his Tony Pollard. So he'd have some security there. And he'd just get rid of Keenan Allen, but he can insert Rashad Bateman, Chris Olave, Maybe. And last team that we're going through here, Joe Burrow. This was the last pick of the draft, I think. Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne Jr., Devontae Adams, not bad. Gabe Davis, not bad. David Njoku, Darnell Mooney. Ramondre Stevenson is the third running back. I think this team would be decent, but, yeah, not compete with me. So, last time looking at it, Mahomes, Chubb, Zeke, Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson, Kareem Hunt, Buccaneers D. We got the fucking Cordero Patterson, Greg Joseph, Minnesota kicker. Don't be surprised if he's number 1 in the fantasy rankings at the end of the year, and a bunch of prospects on the bench. So, all in all, I like it. Draft a 12-man expert league like I just did with the 4th pick. Outdo me. Send it to me. Show me up if you got it. Much love, everybody. Thank you for listening, rocking with us. Till next time.